everybody, I'm Tony and I'm here with my husband Henry, and we're going to do a reaction video to an article that Henry was reading to me, and we were discussing this, and I'm like, you know what, we need to make a video on this because we love geek culture, all that sort of stuff. Huge into comics, especially him. He got me into it. And so this is an article from Screenrant. I will link the article down below. And it's basically 13 superhero actors who don't fit their roles and 13 who should have replaced them. So let's get started with this. You know what? Play along as you guys are watching this. And down in the comment box, write down if you agree with it or who you would have thought would have been a good one. And maybe we'll make a follow-up with some of your guys' suggestions as to who should have played these roles.
Everybody has an opinion on it.
Oh, yeah.
Some people like people in some roles, some people don't. There are some people we couldn't imagine in a role. Mm-hmm. And then once they were in it, we're like,
Michael Keaton.
Oh my God, I see it now.
Yes.
So, and
some of them we like totally 100% believe, and we're like, oh my God, what were they thinking when they cast this? Which, we'll start off with number 13, because this guy totally fits into this. Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor.
Hated it.
No. Oh my God. This is in Batman versus Superman, Dawn of Justice. Mm-hmm. Love the movie. But when I saw him in it, I remember turning to you and saying, what were they thinking? Lex Luthor, he's older. He's a brilliant mastermind. I'm sorry, he was way too young. He was way too crazy. And you brought up the fact that Lex Luthor is crazy, but in a controlled way, he's thought it out.
Going back to that conversation, Lex Luthor is not so much crazy as he's obsessed.
Yes.
He's obsessed with this alien, Superman, coming to our planet, having all this power. There's jealousy because he was always been in power, not necessarily of the planet, but he had a level of power in the world. Now it's challenged by this godlike person.
Now, yeah, exactly. And in this article, they made the good point that he is more the Joker than Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
And he is. Now, I know that, saying that he was way too young for the role, in Smallville, Michael Rosenbaum?
Yeah.
I think is his name. Excellent Lex Luthor. I thought he was great.
And fantastic as the voice of the Flash and...
Yeah. So we totally agree with them on this one. He should not have done it. He shouldn't have. Who would have been their replacement, their choice for it? Ben Kingsley.
He would have brought class. He would have brought a level of intelligence. Yes. He would have fit that, Lex Luthor is just one of these people. He's a businessman. He's an egomaniac. He's but he's smart. He's developed. Just Eisenberg's character is not developed.
Yes.
He's a kid throwing a tantrum.
Now I'm going to show the pictures here real quick. That is Jesse Eisenberg. And that is Ben Kingsley.
Now, Ben Kingsley in another movie I think we bring up was great.
He was in Iron Man 3.
Yeah, the Mandarin, which really didn't fit that character, but what he played was...
And if you guys are thinking, Ben Kingsley, where do I know that? He played Gandhi. He won an Oscar for that. So, yeah, great choice. Okay, the next one, who doesn't fit? Jennifer Lawrence as Mystique. Now, Henry loves the character of Mystique, so...
Yeah, but the thing is, both of the choices, Rebecca Stamos,
yeah,
and Jennifer Lawrence, they picked them for different reasons, and a lot of it was looks. Now, I don't have a problem with that, but their characters, one played it as evil, the other one played it as conflicted. Now, and that happens a lot with comic book characters, but I think they should have picked someone a little more worldly because, and I get where they were going with the second one, but that's a worldly. She's a traveled, experienced, lived a long time. Yes. You know, and gone through trials and tribulations. She formed everything.
They did a really good point in their point. You know, their argument for it is the fact that Jennifer Lawrence did a good role as a young Mystique, but as she ages, not so much. And I totally do get that. I do. Right. Yeah. Love Jennifer Lawrence. Love her.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The replacement was Emilia Clarke, who I'm not going to show the pictures of these two because y'all know who they are. She's in Game of Thrones. She's also in Terminator.
I loved her in Terminator,
but she's amazing.
I don't think that's a good pick either.
I don't see her as Mystique either. Okay, so next one is Marissa Tomei as Aunt May. They did not like her. I loved her. It threw me off that Aunt May was so young.
Aunt May. Oh. You know what? I tell you what. Yes, traditionally Aunt May, an older,
making cookies.
Yes, I think. If you notice from all the transitions in the movies, they kind of went younger each one. Mm-hmm. But I think Marissa Tomei's take on it, they skewed younger with each one of these.
Yes.
But I think it's not what I would have picked. It's not what I see as traditional Aunt May. But I loved what they did with it.
And they put in here that Spider-Man, the franchise, they'll at least have her for the next few years, because if they pick someone older, you always run the risk of that person dying. Right. They're going to do more. So Marissa Tomei, she's in her late 40s, early 50s, so they've got some time with her. I loved it, and especially that last line where she walks in on Peter and goes, "What the?" Perfect. When I first saw her, I'm going, really? Her as Aunt May? But I fell in love with her by the end.
Oh, yeah.
She was awesome. Their replacement is Helen Mirren. Now, if we're going old school Aunt May, okay, yes. And I love Helen.
Yeah, Helen Mirren. Yeah, if anybody you were old school 80s movies,
yes,
Helen Mirren was in Excalibur, which is my favorite King Arthur type movie.
It's very nice to see her young there.
Yeah.
Okay, so next one. We're going to go kind of fast because we don't want a real long video. Doesn't fit. Jason Momoa as Aquaman. Which, come on, when you all heard Jason Momoa as Aquaman, you're like, really? You're thinking more blonde. And look, Aquaman, what did we say he was? He was the what?
He's kind of like
the DC universe.
He's kind of like the unwanted stepchild.
Yes, he's like the Stretch Armstrong of the DC universe. He is that one. Oh, he looks good, but what does he do?
But
I mean,
that was the beginning, and that's what he was. He was kind of a joke early on.
Nobody wanted to be Aquaman.
They finally fleshed out the characters in later years in the comics, which made him more badass, which, makes sense. Still. King of Atlantis.
Look, I'm going to admit, I had that vision. Remember how Aquaman would be on the dolphins and they'd be riding around? I laugh every time I think of Jason Momoa. And somebody should make a Photoshop thing of that. But you know what? He made Aquaman bad. You know what I'm going to say next. I loved him in the role. I loved how they went through it. I think it really made us want an Aquaman. So we are looking forward to that. The replacement was Jamie Dornan, who is 50 Shades of Grey. I don't know the name of the character.
I would have picked one of the other Helmsley brothers.
But I will say this. Well, yes, the Hemsley. Hemsworth. Yeah. Right. I will say this. Yes, I could see Jamie Dornan more as the old Aquaman than I could Jason Momoa. But I'm glad somebody went with Jason Momoa. Okay, doesn't fit. Ty Sheridan as Cyclops. That's him.
Once again, you're skewing younger audience. You know what? How do we know that wasn't...
Now, Ty Sheridan did play the lead role in Ready Player One, which was awesome. So go on. And he played him in X-Men Apocalypse. Mm-hmm. So I really didn't see that one. I hate to say this. I love X-Men. There was a part of the whole X-Men that I had no interest in it. I just didn't.
No.
So I didn't see that. So they would have replaced him with Dave Franco.
Which I can see.
Yeah, I could see that. So since I really didn't watch the movie, I'm not going to have much to say about this. Another one that they don't like was Miles Teller as Mr. Fantastic. The reboot of the Fantastic Four. And Yeah, I think the whole cast was just way too young. I didn't watch it because I was like, they're all way too young.
Even if you go back, I was a huge Fantastic Four fan. That was one of my major comics growing up. But this was a family, and you're talking about people who had already established themselves, gone through college. Ben Grimm's a fighter pilot, or he's a pilot.
He just looks way too young.
Reed Richards is a scientist. They weren't teenage kids. Making them younger, I understand if you're going to kick off a franchise, you want these people to be around for a while. These are not, they fit nothing like the narrative. Yes. They kind of just tried to flip it. And you know what? No, he was not believable as Reed Richards. In the Marvel Universe, Reed Richards is the smartest man on the planet.
Yeah, and I can't buy that. Now, their replacement would have been John Krasinski, which Mr. Emily Blunt, he is in The Office, and I think he's freaking brilliant. I would have watched Fantastic Four for John Krasinski. I do. What is he doing right now? He's doing Ryan.
John Ryan.
John Ryan.
Tom Clancy's John Ryan. Yes. on Amazon. I've watched a few episodes of it. Yeah. I like it. I'm not familiar with all the Tom Clancy books, but Hunt for Red October is probably one of my favorite movies.
Okay, next one is Ray Fisher as Cyborg, and this is in the latest Justice League movie. Yes. I really did like him. I never heard of this guy. I liked Cyborg. Now, I watched Teen Titans Go, and so I have a totally different vision of Cyborg. And I liked at the end where he did little Cyborg's little, booyah. But I did like him. I did.
Well, and I understand why people didn't like him. I did not like personally how the kind of the maturity level for Cyborg and the Flash flipped. Now, to me, the Flash is a little older. He's very, otherwise being quick on his feet. He's very quippy. He's a lot like how Ryan Reynolds plays Deadpool. Yeah. Now, Ryan Reynolds, in my opinion, if you're casting, he should have been Flash. That hands down.
I hear this constantly.
Hands down. Yes. He would have been a perfect Flash. Now, I understand with them going younger. Cyborg is a high school student that had an accident. To me, Cyborg, how he plays it, is a much more mature person. I didn't like that flip. But once again, dramatic license. They can choose to do with the franchise whatever they want. Yeah. To me, I didn't like that. I did like the movie overall. And, I can deal with that. Yeah. But it wasn't a personal favorite.
Now, Henry and I we have this difference in that Henry really knows his comics. He's been reading them since he was little. He knows, the whole stories and everything. Me, I watched the cartoons growing up. I read a few of the comic books. So for me, I'm a little bit, I know some of it, but I don't know a lot of it. So for me, it's more in this new world where we're learning them through the movies. So we have difference in opinions, and so for me, he worked. The replacement would have been John Boyega that they liked. He was in the Star Wars. He's the new one in Star Wars. Who does he play in Star Wars? I can't remember. Finn. He plays Finn in Star Wars. No, I can't see that.
Too older. Too old.
Okay, we feel very strongly about this one. I think this should have been maybe number one. We're getting a lot of haters. Hold your hate. Let's be nice. Doesn't fit Jared Leto, however you say it, as the Joker. Commence!
Nope.
Hated it.
But in his defense, Heath Ledger is the standard to every Joker.
Not only Heath Ledger, Jack Nicholson, totally different take on it, and I loved him too. To me, it's like they told him, we need the Joker to be as insane as possible. Take him over the top. There is no line in the sand. Joker is controlled. In a way, he's crazy, he's controlled. Same thing with the whole Lex Luthor thing, in that he's a brilliant man. He is. He's got some craziness in there, and he works it to his advantage, but this one was way too out of
Say it about Jared Leto's Joker. They made him more crazy than smart.
Come on, tattoos. Would you have envisioned the Joker tattoos? I would not. I did not.
It's skewing younger, but the Joker is maniac, but he's equally as smart as Batman. Yes. Jared Leto did not come off as highly intelligent. Yes. He just came as maniacal.
Yes, that's it right there. Their replacement would have been Mark Hamill. The original.
I would love to see. He voiced the Joker in Batman animated series, and he's older. I think
that would work with the Joker. It'd be kind of weird if they cast, is it Margot Robbie, however you say her name, because that'd be a really big age difference. But yeah, I think he would have been.
But I think they could play it off because there's a lot of makeup. Yeah. They could have made him look younger.
Yeah.
But you know who would also be a great Joker, and I'll throw this in just kind of an ad. Willem Dafoe.
Yes. I would love
to see him.
Who did he play in Spider-Man? He
played Osborn, the father, the first Green
Loved
Goblin.
him in it. Yes.
And that whole scene in front of the mirror, for people who don't know, that was filmed in one take.
And that is more along the lines of Joker-ish.
That's exactly how I would think the Joker would be, a little more maniacal, though.
Okay, so they did not like James McAvoy as Professor X, the younger Professor X. You know what? When I first saw it, I was like, I'm still kind of on the fence. I like it, but I think there could have been a better choice.
I liked him. I didn't have a problem
with
it.
He was good in the role.
Yeah, they could have had a better choice, but hey.
Their replacement would have been Hugh Laurie, the doctor from House.
Didn't fit the cast. You're going a younger skew. He'd have been too old for that role.
Well, honestly, in my mind, he would have been too old. If they were trying to make him younger, he was too old. They did not like Ben Affleck as Batman. And you heard this everywhere around the universe when they announced that they cast Ben Affleck. And me personally, what I would tell people, and a lot of the younger kids had a problem with it because they really didn't know what I was talking about. I thought the same thing. Same exact thing when I heard that Michael Keaton was cast as Batman in the original movie. Mm-hmm. And I thought he was brilliant.
Yeah.
And so I tell people, you know what? Let's see where they're going to go with this. And you know what? I liked it.
Yeah. I was the same way.
I do like how Ben Affleck didn't get like in 100% shape for it. Kind of made him a little bit more human. Batman, it was weird. I loved the scene where they show where Batman has the bruises and he's hurting. And you realize, oh my God, he isn't a superhero in that aspect that he doesn't have all those powers. He's just a regular guy.
The line in the movie. So what's your superpower? I'm really rich.
Yes.
But that fits kind of the narrative of where they're going, where they kind of did. Batman. Yeah, it's the Dark Knight series.
Yes.
It's he's an older, grizzled Batman. He's been through a lot.
Yeah. Their replacement would have been John Hamm, the lead in Mad Men, he's gorgeous. I could see him playing Batman. I could, and I think I could see him, but he'd be more along the lines of Ben Affleck too. They both have that same to that role. So yeah.
The problem is,
I think John Hamm, they should give him a superhero role. I think he'd be a great superhero.
The problem is Batman, you have two characters. You have Bruce Wayne, so you got to play that part really well, and then the Batman part. So you got to find somebody very versatile because you're basically playing two roles.
Yep. So that is our reaction to that article. Who did you agree with? Who didn't you agree with? And we really didn't talk about any of our casts. Who we would cast. Maybe we'll do that in another video. Yeah. I don't know. But you know what? Comment down below if you guys have any ideas. And like I said, maybe we'll make another video and we'll throw in our ideas. You throw in yours. And if there's any geeky articles you guys get that you would like us to film a reaction video, put it down below. Because trust me, there's one thing me and Henry love to do is just talk about stuff like this. This is our strong suit.
That's what we do in the car.
We do it in the car all the time, yeah.
And here's a teaser. We are working on recasting Harry Potter.
We do this all the time.
With American actors.
We always recast movies. So if you have any ideas for Harry Potter recast, especially the kids, because we don't really know a lot of the younger people. And the running joke has to be you have to put Samuel L. Jackson in it, and you have to put Nicolas Cage in it. either as a joke character, who would you do it? Like, what did we say? Nicolas Cage as...
Was it the...
My mind just went blank. It wasn't Dumbledore. It was,
Snape.
Not Snape.
No. The guy that...
The one who fights Harry Potter, not Dumbledore.
Voldemort.
Voldemort. Oh my god, my mind just went blank. Yes, and my friend Nick put a great suggestion. Samuel L. Jackson as the Sorting Hat. I didn't even think of the Sorting Hat as a character, and I laughed when I heard that. Because I'm like, can you imagine putting the Sorting Hat on the head and you go, you belong to Hufflepuff. I don't want to be Hufflepuff. I want to be in Slytherin. Did you not hear me? I said Hufflepuff. Mother, you know where to go. So, brilliant. Thank you, Nick. Love that.
English. Do you speak it?
Nice. So, comment down below what you would think on that too. And we'll see you guys later. And we're going to link our last geeky video here and my channel here. And have a good day. Bye.